Hello, and welcome to Sign Chats, where I get to sit down with members of the Sign family and have a quick conversation. I'm Ryan Smith, and today I get to chat with Richard Grizzell. Richard, how are you today?
I'm doing well.
That's great to hear.
Expected.
And can you tell me what your role with Sign is and how long you've been with the organization?
My current role is Quality Assurance Manager. I started at Sign 20 years ago. This month, August 31st, will be 20 years. I started as a machinist. I was just coming in to teach folks how to run the Cincinnati, and then things worked out to where I became a full-time employee. Started as a machinist, became shop foreman, then I became production manager, then operations manager. Did that for 16 and a half years, and for the last 2.5, 3 years, been quality assurance manager.
Wow, that's quite a range of everything. I mean, you've kind of had your hands in just about everything from the production side of what Sign does.
Yes.
Yeah. So as you look back at that, is there a favorite element or part of your job now or looking back?
A favorite part, I think probably the favorite, or the thing that I like the best, is knowing that what I do and what I have done in the past, everything is towards helping people to regain mobility. As I've been in the wheelchair for 37 years now, and so it brings me great pleasure to know that I can help people have mobility and not be stuck in their home or in a wheelchair.
Yeah, that's really powerful, and I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. And you've come from a background with manufacturing, with other jobs and organizations too. Is there anything that's
actually
unique about Sign? Oh, go ahead.
No, I don't have a manufacturing background.
Oh, okay.
Started logging when I was 13, then did construction. Started that in 16, built my first house when I was 17, did that for several years. I did pastoral work, living with the Eskimos above the Arctic Circle in Alaska for several years. And then after I had my accident, I farmed for about 15 years on a small acreage. And then there was an incident that happened that I went back to school for grief recovery and wound up with a machining degree. And at that point, I worked for Martin Archery in manufacturing for a little less than a year. And then I taught at Walla Community College as an assistant for a year in their machining program. And then that's when I came to Sign, was after that. So the bulk of my manufacturing experience is OJT right here at Sign.
Okay.
And then pulling from just my background and other types of businesses.
Okay. So I guess to definitely reframe the question, with your really broad and varied background, is there something that sticks out to you about Sign that's different from other jobs you've done or people you've worked, organizations you've worked with?
The unique thing about Sign is actually our business model, in that we design, manufacture, distribute a product, in this case orthopedic instruments and implants, and give them away. That's pretty unique. Other manufacturing companies, they're for-profit companies. So because because I did pastoral work. I've worked on a side where it was non-commercial, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that background in basically me living in like a third world country, where a lot of it was self-sustenance and that. So I kind of have a better idea of what people are going through in third world countries because I've somewhat lived it and have compassion for those people.
Yeah, that's great. And that's really remarkable. And that's a powerful statement. I mean, that you've been here for so long, you've seen that, and that motivates you. And especially like when we get to see the surgeons come in during the conference and things like that, I'm sure that, I know that's a big part of what motivates us each and every year is getting to see them and hearing the stories directly from them. But then, yeah, you have that personal experience to pull back on as well.
And another thing that I have found rewarding for me personally is how a dinner conversation with oh, now I can only remember his first name is John, from back out of Boston, I believe, that does the Lizaroth training.
Mm-hmm.
I was having dinner with him when we used to have the dinners at Gene's house. And he made a comment and said his father had told him he needed to find something that would support his passion, find a job or some work that would support his passion. And I asked him, so what's your passion? And he said, clubfoot and Poncetti.
Mm-hmm.
And from that dinner conversation came Poncetti training here at Sign. And I like to think that I had a little bit of something to do with babies having their club feet fixed around the world. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing and powerful. And I've been in a few of those sessions, just the transformation that they can make with a simple procedure that corrects something that's easy to correct when they're young and lasts for their whole life long. That's really powerful and a great way we can expand from, I mean, just that's not our normal procedure, but that's an extra teaching that we can provide for our surgeons so they can help their patients.
Yeah, John Herzenberg.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, John Herzenberg.
All right, well, I will let you go. Make sure you are staying on top of everybody to get quality things out there.
No, I'm not a policeman.
I know. You're supporting us to make sure we can all do that.
Yeah, if I'm going to be on top of somebody, I would have to be walking through a cemetery.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to chat with us today, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
I will. Thank you.
All right.
Bye
Thanks
now.
for.
Yeah.